says the scheme expires this month.
There will still be free RAT tests for people that work in aged care, residents of aged care, visitors to aged care, and also there will be still free RAT tests in some states because all states have a different policy.
3,668 new COVID cases have been recorded in SA today, a jump of 368 from yesterday's figure. Hospitalisations have dropped from 284 to 246, with 6 people in intensive care, while another 3 people have died with the virus in their 70s and 80s. The Steam Ranger tourist train collided with a car at Port Elliot this afternoon. Luckily, no one on the train was injured, and the driver of the car, a 43-year-old woman, and her 2 children were shaken but not hurt. She'll face a fine for failing to give way to the train at the level crossing on Basham Beach Road. The federal government is flagging plans to boost Australia's military capabilities in the Indo-Pacific. Richard Marles has delivered his first speech in the United States since taking on the role of Defence Minister. He'll meet his US counterpart and other senior military figures on Wednesday. Addressing the Centre for Strategic and International Studies, he says their alliance is more important than ever.
We will make the investment necessary to increase the range and lethality of the Australian Defence Force so that it is able to hold a potential adversary forces and infrastructure at risk further from Australia.
A private funeral is taking place at a Buddhist temple in Tokyo for the former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. The BBC's Rupert Wingfield reports.
Inside the giant Zojoji temple in central Tokyo, the final Buddhist rites are being said to lay Mr. Abe's spirit to rest. Only his wife, family and close friends are in attendance. And again, as in recent days, thousands of ordinary people have come out to pay their respects. Mr. Abe was both Japan's youngest Prime Minister and its longest serving. He dominated Japanese politics for more than a decade and remained a powerful figure even after he stepped down 2 years ago. His death at the hands of a gunman on Friday has stunned Japan, where gun violence is almost unheard of.
Turning to 5AA Sport. Taylor Walker is locked in for 2023, signing a 1-year contract extension with the Crows. It's been a difficult 12 months for the 32-year-old who was suspended for 6 matches following a racist slur at a SANFL match late last season. But since returning to the field in round 4, he's been in good form, booting at least 1 goal in every match. Walker says he wanted to stay loyal and finish his career at the Crows.
It's pretty well documented what occurred last year, and the club have been outstanding in integrating me back into the footy club, so that's certainly a little factor of what helped me make my decision as well.
Departing North Melbourne coach David Noble says he would have loved more time to develop his young side. Noble departs the club with just 1 win this season. He believes the playing group has a great future, as shown by their recent narrow loss to Collingwood.
I was just really pleased that our players could experience what their capability is. You know, we've said a post-game, we've seen internally some glimpses of what I think they're capable of doing. I think they've got a great future. I'd love to have a little bit more time.
And the tennis world rankings have been updated after Wimbledon. Men's finalists Novak Djokovic and Nick Kyrgios have both dropped places. Roger Federer is now unranked. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Vista, there's a burst water main that's closed the bottom part of Lower North East Road near Hancock Road. Detours in place there. Brighton, another burst water main. This one's Brighton Road near Sturt Road. Speeds reduced. Mount Osman, look out for a couple of breakdowns on the freeway. One near the Mount Osman interchange and another near Devil's Elbow. And we're starting to get busy, so Donald Brabham Drive at West Richmond. Cameras below Street, Engle Farm and Kelly Road at Modbury. Australian avocados are great value right now. They're everywhere. To celebrate, they're unofficially sponsoring July. So hurry, get to your local shops and grab a few today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast. Showers developing this afternoon, partly cloudy tomorrow 15, Thursday partly cloudy 15 and Friday a possible shower 14. Right now it's 12 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
The new move to stop the flood of scam messages to your mobile phone. See the stunning images released by NASA giving the deepest look yet into the mysteries of our universe. Plus the new online battleground.
People are going to be looking for more value than they ever have before.
The sale event to rival Black Friday. I'm Kate Collins. See the full story on 9 News Tonight at 6.
Leith Forest on 1395, Adelaide's 5AA.
6 minutes after 3, lot to fit in this last hour. There is a call for blood donors from Red Cross. We'll speak to them. James Morrison is going to give you the chance to play with him in our much-loved Christmas pageant. We're going to try and crowbar our own Stephen Rowe in that as well. And if you are looking at our live stream, again, I'm not sure why you would do that, but if you are, it's Facebook and YouTube. You can see what happens on the show behind the scenes, if you like. Thankfully for me, when we speak to my next guest, we have a very nice photo of him that pops up, so you don't have to see me.
Life is a highway, I will ride it all night long.
Trent Nikolic is his name. He's the managing editor of drive.com.au. Trent, I don't know if you've ever logged onto the live stream to see if you're happy with your photo, but I say to Brooklyn, who's in charge of the cameras all the time, get it off me and put it on Trent.
No, Leith, I haven't, but I'll have to have a look. I don't know if we, Tammy out there in the production desk, I don't know if we can trust what she's stolen off the web. It could be a photo of anybody.
No, I can tell you now. So it's a nice black and white shot. You're wearing a check shirt, open collar. Bit of 3-day growth.
It would ruggedly handsome.
Yes,
sort of
it does. Yeah? It's sort of lumberjack meets businessman.
That's right. It's a polite way of saying you're a little bit unattractive.
No.
A bit of
Well, can I tell you a funny story, Trent? I was just telling Tim Geneva this in the break. I spoke last night at the Kiwanis Club of Campbelltown and Ross Trevor and had a great time. And Bruce, who was there, is visually impaired and he does amazing work and he's got his guide dog there. And my sort of opening line is always, this is the face that people don't expect when, they... And I apologise constantly for my face. And then Bruce said, he goes, well, you're not that ugly, although I am blind, which got the biggest laugh of the night, which was fantastic. So,
brilliant.
Anyway,
absolutely brilliant.
It's always great to have you on. Hey, what's happening in the motoring world? What's captured your attention before we take some calls?
Yeah, look, there's a fair bit going on, mate, to be honest with you. I think, we're trying, and I spoke to you about this a while ago, we're trying to find as many good news stories as we can. And obviously at the moment, with fuel prices and stock shortages and stuff, there's not a lot of good news at the moment. However, things are getting a little bit exciting with stuff like the new generation Ford Ranger. There's deliveries beginning for that this week. So we're at the drive of that car today and tomorrow. One of our team is on that vehicle testing it. So we'll be able to tell you about that in a week or so. Deliveries start this week, so that's pretty exciting. Hyundai Ioniq 5, they've reshuffled the range a little bit with a sharper starting price, so that's pretty good news. And then on top of that, the orders will open again for that car on July 20, so that's their electric vehicle. Nissan has confirmed that there's a hybrid version of the X-Trail coming, and I think hybrid technology, Leif, we've spoken about it before, but that's really going to be the next big step forward for motoring, I think. It's easy for us to focus on electric and full electric, but I think the reality of that is, as we've said before, and listeners in South Australia make this comment a lot, as we do in New South Wales as well, because so many of us live out of the built-up cities. There's a lot of focus on full EVs at the moment, but the fact that a Toyota RAV4 hybrid or this particular Nissan X-Trail hybrid, that you and I could get in it, fill it up with fuel, and then you could drive it from Adelaide to Perth if you wanted and do absolutely nothing different than you normally would. But because it's a hybrid, it's efficient, it uses less fuel than a regular internal combustion engine would. It makes a difference to your hip pocket, to use a bit of a catchphrase, when you go to pay the bill at the fuel pump. But you don't have to change the way you drive, and it works for you right now. So I think hybrid technology is going to continue to be a really valuable part of a model breakdown for the next probably 5 to 10 years. And then after we pass through 2030, that's when everybody will start looking at EVs. But yeah, I mean, stock shortages and cost of fuel and rising cost of living, we're all getting a bit tired of focusing on the negatives. So we're trying to find some positive stories in there where we can.
We are taking calls with Trent, so if you don't leave it too late, this always happens. People think, yes, and then they get, and of course we've got Trent till 3:30, so 8223 0000. If you have any questions about your cars, we'll get to Lynn and a couple of text messages shortly. Just quickly, on drive.com.au, it's such a great read too. Trent, when you're going through and you're looking at the reviews and reading the stories, the thing I did notice, and Drive TV, by the way, is always worth a watch too, of the videos there. Mate. everything, though, that when you do anything with Tesla or electronic cars, I notice the comments are through the roof with people. Like that really obviously is something that people are drawn to.
Absolutely, and it's really funny, Leith. You know, they say, you know, I remember my kids, my parents, when I was a kid, saying to me, you know, don't talk about religion at the dinner table when you're with a group of people. It's really funny. We saw in our lifetime mobile phones and technology go that way. So you've got Apple people and everybody else, and they sort of argue amongst themselves. And the EV people and fans of EVs are very much like that. So it's very hard. I wrote an opinion piece once that really annoyed a lot of electric vehicle fans because I called the Tesla fanboys and girls Teslarati, like you would the Illuminati.
Yep.
And they didn't like it. But, yeah, you're right. It's a really, really interesting subset of what we do, and it's very, very hard to have an objective conversation about electric vehicles with people who are either anti-electric vehicles or heavily pro-electric vehicles. It's really funny, but you would be right that at the moment, there's absolutely no doubt that the most sort of reader interest and viewer interest and interaction on the website is electric vehicles.
I drink from the Apple Kool-Aid, and I'm one of those, and I can imagine if I had a Tesla, I'd be exactly the same. Once you get into that vortex, you just think, right. All right, we have a ton of calls for you. Let's fire away. Lynn from Salisbury is going to start us off with a Volkswagen. Hi, Lynn, you got a question for Trent?
Hello, Leith and Trent.
Hi,
I've got a Volkswagen Jetta, a 215. Now, last Friday, I had a problem with the engine fault light and the ECP light coming on.
Mm-hmm.
Subsequently, it's gone into the mechanics, who has now told me it's a severe problem with cylinder 2, and I'm probably looking at an engine rebuild, and that this is a well-known fault with Volkswagen. Do you know anything about that one, Trent?
I did not know that. No, I did not know that. What I might do is do a little bit of research into it, but I haven't heard of anything specific with it needing engine rebuilds. And that, to me, I mean, how many kilometres has it got on it? It's only 7 years old. How many kilometres have you done?
Very few. It's only done 56.
Yeah, see, that seems ridiculous to me. Have you... This might sound like a stupid question, and I apologise if it is, but have you taken it back to Volkswagen or have you taken it back to an independent mechanic?
It's at an independent mechanic at the moment. Volkswagen dealer would be my next stop.
That's what I was going to say. Before we take another step, if you can do me a favour and get it to a VW specific mechanic, as in one of the VW dealers down there near where you live, and just get them to diagnose it, because it seems very, very unlikely to me that it would need an engine rebuild. But I'd like Volkswagen to strap it up to their diagnostic equipment and tell you what they can see. But start there, and then if you don't have any joy there, give me a ring back and I'll do some research for you.
Right. Thank you, Lynn. Good luck with it. Let us know how you go. Dale at Seaford Rise. Go ahead, Dale. You've got Trent.
Yeah, g'day, guys. How are you?
Good, thanks, Dale. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not bad, thanks. I'm looking at retiring my poor old 06 Forester, best car that's ever been made, but I'm looking at a VE Series 2 sports wagon, a 6-litre. I've been looking around for a little while. There's some good ones with low Ks, but much of a difference to the VF?
I think for me, not so much mechanically, mate. So the engine and the drivetrain is very, very similar. It's just a styling thing for me, and I reckon you'd go VF if you could find one that had half as many kilometres. But if you're weighing up two cars that are very similar, and one's a VE and one's a VF, I'd be more than happy to go with the VE if the kilometres are the same and the VE is cheaper. So mechanically, no huge differences. They're a really good option, to be honest. You know, station wagons make a lot of sense in Australia, and I think the last of the Commodores were really good vehicles. The VF is probably marginally a step forward in terms of interior and cabin quality and ergonomics, but it's not like you're going to be driving a completely different car. So whichever one fits your budget, go that way, mate.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because the big selling point was the aluminium bonnet and boot. Well, I want a wagon, I like the wagon. But my second point is, what are your thoughts on the ASM with them? Have them get one disabled or buy one then disable it, or what?
Look, is there a reason you'd want to disable it? Like, what do you think it would? What would it offer you if you did disable it?
Well, believe it depends who you talk to. You get longer life out of the lifters.
I suppose the thing you've got in your benefit at the moment is that it's obviously out of warranty, so you're not going to be affecting anything. What I would do, up here in Sydney, we have mechanics, because obviously Holden doesn't exist anymore as it used to. Now, if you can still find what used to be a Holden dealer to get the vehicle serviced at, that's obviously an option. But up here in Sydney, we've got some really good specialists who specialise in Holden Commodores and V8 engines. I'd have a chat to one of those sorts of specialists, and if they recommend it, and they're able to give you a warranty with the work they do, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem doing it, mate. I mean, it's out of warranty now, so you're not going to affect any new vehicle warranty. And if a specialist who's an expert in that engine and that vehicle is willing to, back the work they do, go for it.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks very much.
No worries, mate. Good luck with it.
Well done, Dale. Appreciate the call. We're going to take a short break. Steve, hang in there. Eddie, hang in there. We'll get to your text messages as well. Trent Nikolic, the ruggedly handsome Trent Nikolic is our guest, managing editor of drive.com.au. See for yourself. Have a look on the live stream.
Hi, Rory Sloan here for You Install Kitchens. Are you starting a DIY renovation and need cabinetry quick? Order with You Install It and get your cabinetry delivered in 15 working days. Manufactured locally here in SA, You Install It offers short lead times, so you can get started on your project sooner. Visit a showroom, Modbury, Churchill Centre, Norwood, Glandore and Lonsdale, or visit the You Install It website for online 3D design. You Install It Kitchens, the complete DIY kitchen solution. Lead times may vary. See showroom for details.
2,999,999. 3 million.
That's how many Outback Sleepers have been sold in the last 20 years. Want to know how many are still going strong?
1, 2.
It's 3 million. All of them were manufactured using the strongest concrete, designed to last for generations by a company that only manufactures concrete sleepers. Ask for the brand Outback Sleepers, sold at over 60 local landscaping and hardware stockists. Or look online at outbacksleepers.com.au.
Introducing the Kia Cars of the Year. The Kia Cars of the Year. The fully electric Kia EV6, the Wheels Car of the Year, and the Drive Car of the Year, the Kia Sportage. To pick your side in this sibling rivalry, visit kia.com.au.
Kia. Movement that inspires.
Need an electrician and need one today? Ken Hall Electricians do it all. From lighting, power points and appliance installation to a full house rewire. No job is too big or small. Give Ken a call. Ken Hall Electricians. 8364 5855.
Connect with Beaumont Tiles and grow your business. Go to iCanWin.com.au. You could win a $25,000 advertising boost to take your business to the next level, supported by Beaumont Tiles. Builders, renovators, tilers, enter now. iCanWin.com.au.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. Over 30 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi there, I'm Peter from Go Vita, Tanunda. Organic Road, Australian rolled oats, 1 kilo, perfect for porridge. Supplier's recommended retail price $10.95, now only $7.95.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Manopara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
G'day South Australia, a Cheats here. Over the years I've seen some great South Australian teams, but the best has to be the team from BL Shipway, who I've known for over 30 years. They've been looking after the state's hydraulic and pneumatic needs since 1953. You can find them on Richmond Road with stock on hand from quality brands like Ryco, Rexroth, Hydac and Enerpac. If you can't get to them, they'll send a Ryco 24/7 van to you anytime, anywhere. blshipway.com.au, a South Australian team you can count on.
Leith Forest, talking Adelaide on 1395 5AA.
20 minutes after 3, always great to have Trent Nikolic, managing editor, drive.com.au. You love anything motoring, anything enthusiast, you can get onto drive.com.au. Read about the new cars, the old cars, great feature on the great Aussie muscle car. It's on the front of the page now. You can go through the videos and more. We're always delighted to have Trent available to answer your calls for half an hour or so on a Tuesday. Steve from Para Hills. Go ahead, Steve. You got Trent.
Yeah, hi Trent. I was just wondering, on a lot of these new cars, when you're driving on a night time now, it seems like they've got them on full beam. Is there something why they're so bright?
Yeah, mate. You know what? I'm with you on that. It's funny. I was only driving something the other day. What was it? It was a Hyundai Staria, the new van that they have, which is taken over from the iLoad. And I don't know whether it was the seat height, but every single car that was behind me was blinding me in the rear vision mirror. What I think it is, I think obviously the height of vehicles is different. So obviously there's a lot more vehicles that are higher riding, so the light height is higher than it used to be. But it's also so many vehicles have got bi-xenon and LED headlights that are just a hell of a lot brighter, and they shine brighter and reflect more out of your mirrors. So I think what I tend not to do enough is manually switch the rear vision mirror inside the car over to night mode, because I forget so many of the new cars we test have auto dimming interior mirrors. So when I get in one that doesn't do it, I forget to switch it over a lot. But I think that's your only option, mate. If you've got a car with a manual lever that you can sort of move the mirror angle inside the cabin, that's the only way to do it. But you're absolutely right. It's something that I've noticed and other people have noticed. It's a real factor.
Yeah, some people told me that because a lot of the cars are designed for European conditions, that's why the lights are so bright.
Yeah, I would have thought that doesn't make as much sense to me as just the technology's changed, because realistically, our conditions here are way worse than Europe in terms of lighting. You know, you can get 10, 15 minutes out of any of the major cities in Australia and you're driving along a pitch black road, whereas in Europe, the roads are quite well illuminated. But, yeah, it's a factor. And it's funny because, you know, you've noticed it, I've noticed it, and we have spoken about it on and off with manufacturers over the years and told them that in a lot of cases the cars they were building didn't have lights that were good enough. Their headlights were too dull. So we've asked them to do it, and now they've done it, and now we're saying they're a bit too bright. But yeah, you're not on your own, mate. You're absolutely not on your own.
Thank you, Steve. Great call. I think it's just globes in general, Trent. So I went to Marvel Stadium for the first time ever last week. I was watching the footy and I couldn't watch. Like they were so bright in your eyes that if you look up, you just think, how are you going to go through? Eddie's at Valley View. Got a question about a Mitsubishi. Fire away, Ed.
Yeah, hi, Trent. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks, Ed. How are you going?
I got a Mitsubishi ASX 2018. I've got problems with it. I've got issues with it. If it's on a downslope and I go and I stop and I put it in reverse and I want to go backwards, the car goes forward.
It rolls forward a little bit before it engages reverse?
Yeah, no, it doesn't even engage. So I've got to stop and I've got to use my accelerator to go up or go down. And it's happened to me numerous times. So I rang up RAA and they reckon that 2015 model had that problem. They had a recall. But this is 2018. Do you reckon I need to go have a computer check on it?
Yeah, I would absolutely, regardless. Like the RAA has got bang up to date information, so definitely that's the best source of info. So you've started in the right place there. But what I would do, regardless, because you've had some issues with it, I'd get it into Mitsubishi as quickly as you can. It'll still be under their warranty anyway. So I'd get it back into Mitsubishi as quickly as possible, get them to check it. They'll hook their computer up to it, but it sounds like it could even be a mechanical thing they need to fix rather than electronic. But in theory, if they connect their computers up to it, it'll be able to tell them what is wrong with it. But yeah, I'd get in there sooner rather than later and get it looked at.
Good advice. Eddie, good luck. Let us know how you go. Thank you for the call. Terry Trent on the text has a pearl white Nissan 370Z. It is a 2012 Touring Coupe, 65,000 Ks. Will it accrue in value or not? Immaculate condition.
Yeah, I think we're in a really interesting position at the moment, Leith, with that car, because there's a 400Z coming, right? So that will replace the 370Z. Now, 370Z values have stayed pretty good since that car was new, because there's not a hell of a lot of them on the road in Australia. I certainly think the value will stay about where it is. I don't think it's going to drop. I don't think they're going to get dramatically cheaper, because what will probably happen is everyone will want a 400. They won't be able to get it, and then they'll start looking at 370s on the second-hand market. So I reckon you're onto a good thing if you hang on to that, to be honest.
Apologies too. Clearly too much American television in my childhood. I go with the Z, not Z. Joey at Port Noarlunga says, hey, Trent, I got a 2004 Sahara 4.7 litre, which is a great car, but it is thirsty. Is it worthwhile fitting a high clone? Joey from Port Noarlunga.
High clone? I don't know exactly what that does. I'd have to have a look what that does first. So I might do a little bit of research into that, and then I'll let you know. Yeah,
and
I'll talk to you about that next week, Lee.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you what a high claim was too. As you know, I'm a bit of a nuffy when it comes to cars. This one from John of Blair Athol says, Trent, I'm paying 90 cents a litre for fuel. No longer popular, but I've been using LPG for 40 years. Can't find a cheaper alternative.
Yeah, there isn't a cheaper alternative, and he's right. You know, like that's why the taxi industry got by on it, and the delivery industry for so long. But you're right, yeah, it's less and less popular. Funny, it became less and less popular, Leaf, as cars and vans and trucks got more and more efficient. But now that the price of petrol's gone up, everyone wants LPG again.
Amazing, isn't it? Always great to have you on. Thank you for answering all those questions. I thought of you for a couple of seconds the other day. I saw a steering wheel lock. I haven't seen one in like 20 years. Are they still popular?
Very 1980s.
Yeah, wasn't
it?
Very
1980s.
Yeah.
I suppose they're still popular with older cars, right?
Okay.
Because newer cars are a lot harder to steal. But I think I saw one on a car up here the other day, but you don't see them very often.
No.
You're right.
Remember the old days? Put them in and then just stretch it out and then bang, that's it.
That's it.
Car's
That's
safe.
it.
Meantime, I think they just used to slide them off and just drive away. But anyway, Hey, Trent, always great to catch up. Thanks so much. We'll speak to you next week.
Thanks, Lee. Bye,
Always
mate.
great. Drive.com.au. Managing editor of Drive is Trent Nikolic, answering all your car questions. A great feature of a Tuesday afternoon here on 5AA.
Sometimes needing new tyres can catch us by surprise. That's why Tyre Power gives you the power of zip pay and zip money. You can get what you need now, get back on the road safely and pay for it later. Terms and conditions apply. So visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91.
We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 85 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to not deal with organising all the trades? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design? 2, the largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills. Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers. Plus, we can manage the installation and all sub-trades at a fixed price. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. balhannakitchens.com.au.
Centennial Park is so much more than a final resting place. It's a beautiful green space for the living to reflect, where life is commemorated and celebrated. You can reflect and wander through more than 30 gardens, containing sculptures, water features and seating for contemplation. Visit the on-site Wildflowers Cafe for a coffee, snack or comforting meal. Feel grounded in a space with a real community feel. Remember loved ones at Centennial Park at Pasadena.
You've signed a building contract. Work is underway on your dream home. Then, your builder hits rock while digging your footings. What happens? Most builders will send you a nice letter and then bump up their price with a variation. Not Rossdale Homes. When you sign their absolute fixed price contract, there are no hidden costs and no nasty surprises. It's the industry's strongest contract. So talk to Adelaide's most trusted builder, Rossdale Homes, because trust is a must.
Nobody likes to wait for a new car, so Wavell and Southern Mitsubishi will give you a $50 gift voucher to spend on anything you like while waiting for your new car to arrive. Take a test drive at Wavell and Southern Mitsubishi, driven by Australian Motors. T's and C's apply.
Hi, honey.
Hey, Mum. I'm just waiting at the emergency department.
Are you okay? What happened?
I twisted my ankle at training.
And you're at the ED.
Where else would I go?
Try icing it, love. Or I could take you to the GP or a pharmacy.
That's gone all over you. Let me wipe it up.
All good. Yeah. Mum, come and get me.
Is it really an emergency? Before visiting an emergency department or calling 000, call Health Direct on 1800 022 222 to find the best healthcare option for you. A message from the Government of South Australia.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamareg.
Pensioners and concession card holders will soon have to pay full price for COVID-19 rapid antigen tests. The Steam Ranger tourist train collided with the car at Port Elliot this afternoon. Luckily, no one was injured. A private funeral is taking place at a Buddhist temple in Tokyo for the former Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. And Taylor Walker has turned his back on rival offers from Interstate and re-signed with the Crows for next season. Showers this afternoon, currently it's 11 degrees. More news at 4 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
1395, Adelaide's 5AA. This is Leith Forest.
So many great movies on right now at the Wallace Cinemas. Timmy Ginniver, I was talking to earlier, gave Elvis 2 thumbs up. You've got Top Gun Maverick and you've got the new Thor film, Love and Thunder, because it's school holidays. If you'd like to take your children or your grandchildren to the movies, we've got a Wallace Cinema Pass to give away. Catch a movie this week at Mitcham, Mount Barker or Noarlunga. For sessions, wallace.com.au. First person through 8223 0055. We will send you off to the much-loved Wallace Cinemas. Do you know that Saturday, the 12th of November, will mark the 90th year of our Christmas pageant? The National Pharmacy's Christmas pageant returning to the streets of Adelaide.
Outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Chances of snow in Adelaide in November, pretty rare, but to honour this great anniversary, 90 years of this much-loved and iconic event, the parade will start with a new float that celebrates 90 years, surrounded by a 90-person National Pharmacy's brass band. Now, this band will be selected, directed and led by one man, legendary jazz musician, the great James Morrison. James, good afternoon. Appreciate your time.
Good afternoon, Lee. Thank you.
How exciting is this? You get to choose, you get to lead the pageant out.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, it's so exciting that it's the 90th anniversary, and I could be slightly biased, but when I heard that, I thought, you know what, they need a 90-piece band out the front with the trumpet leading it.
Have you, I mean, I know it's televised nationally, our Christmas pageant. Have you ever been in Adelaide at the time for a pageant?
I have. I've never been in it.
Ooh,
so this is my debut, yeah. But I have seen it, and I did think at the time, that just needs a trumpet.
Yeah, and now you get 90 of them. Well, can I tell you, the great part of this is that it's so iconic in this state that everyone wants to be a part of it. We're very lucky here at 5AA. Keith Conlon's played in his jazz band forever. Matthew drives the bus right down the end of the pageant. Many have been on Nipper and Nimble, the 2 horses that are in the pageant as well. But you're going to lead us off. You'll get to celebrate with 90 years and 90 musicians. How are you going to go about selecting these people?
Well, what we're going to do, because, look, it's a community event, so I figured it's got to be a community band. And so we want to give as many people as possible a chance to be in it. So we've put some music up on the website, and people get that, have a bit of a practice, and then just film themselves playing it on their phone, send it back in, and then I'll sit and go through them. And I'm going to get as wide a cross-section as I can. Obviously, there's a thing, firstly, you've got to be able to play the music.
Yes.
But once we've got, I think there'll be more than 90 people who want to be in it who can play the music. So then I've got to get the right balance of instruments. It can't all be trumpets, sadly. We want a nice spread of instruments. And, of course, people from all over the place. And also I want some young people, some old people, some people in the middle, some professionals, some amateurs, some kids from school, the whole thing. So we have a real great representation of the community and the band.
Well done. So it's kind of like Trumpet Idol. People send in their videos, they try and impress you, and away you go.
You know what? I hadn't even thought of it putting that like that. I'm going to sit in a chair facing backwards when I listen to them at home and spin around.
You play so much great music. You play so many instruments. It's incredible. Christmas time lends itself to that, though, doesn't it? Because there's so many great Christmas songs and carols that lend themselves to a big brass band.
Absolutely. And I should say, so people aren't thinking, oh, gee, I don't play brass, I play the saxophone or the clarinet. We're just calling it a brass band. We're open to any instrument. I think the criteria is that you can march playing it. That's going to make it difficult for harpists. And it's got to be able to be heard, of course, outdoors without any amplification or anything. So that some soft instruments won't work. And finally, be able to play that music. So, if there's a great fiddle player, if there's a great, I'm not sure what to suggest, almost anything that works, we'll see what comes out of the woodwork.
As a maestro and a genius of music, the recorder, any chance? I mean, parents and grandparents have been tortured with the recorder for years. Is there a place in your band for a recorder?
Unfortunately, recorder's not going to work outdoors with the marching band in a big parade. They're not going to hear it, so,
Do you know?
Look, I should say someone said to me this morning, some people might have an instrument under the bed that they played all the way through school and they haven't played for a while. And I said, now's your chance, get it out, practice up. Yep.
So people, you may not know this, James, but people will know this. The last hour of this show and the sports show after us, we are broadcast on our live stream. So people can see us now. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook as well. So they would have noticed a man walk into the studio with said trumpet because submissions for the National Pharmacies Brass Band are now open. It will close on the 31st of July. It is your partner in musical crime in Stephen Rowe, who you played with last year at the Norwood Town Hall under the direction of the great Dizzy Raymond.
I'm saluting James. It's Rowey here. How are you?
He's an all-time legend.
Great.
Is he
G'day,
not?
Rowey. How are you, mate? So you got your horn with you, I take it?
I've got my horn with me. I've been practising Good King Wenceslas for Dizzy Raymond's my coach. He introduced me to Jimmy. We played last year the Christmas carols at the Norwood Town Hall. We got the carols 2 coming up, but I want to be on the float, one of the 90 buglers, if you like.
So can we give you a little audition, James? Okay. Rowey's been practising in the office.
Every day for a year.
And people can see this on our live stream so that they know that it's actually him. In fact, just tell James before you actually play this, you had to go and get a little reno done on your trumpet today.
Oh, James, I had one of the keys get a bit stuck, so I had to put a little bit of oil in it. So I'm all lubed for you.
Yeah, you've had a service, a grease and oil change. We're ready to go. This is exciting.
All right, here we go. See if you can pick this.
Stephen Rowe.
Take a bow, Stephen Rowe.
I can hear the thunderous applause out there in Radio Land.
Have I come
you've
on?
Been practicing.
Yeah, I have.
You've been practicing.
I have.
Great.
So he's got until the 31st of July. Is he a chance if he keeps practicing in the next couple of weeks?
He's got to download the music from the website and start practicing that one. But he's a chance.
Hang on.
And I like the fact that we've broadcast this so people have heard there's a standard, like we've sort of started with something to control. We want you to beat that.
Yes.
James Morrison, the great James Morrison, are you telling me I'm a chance?
You're a chance, mate.
Oh,
You're a chance. Download that music, get practicing. I want to see you in it.
James, what about the improvement, though, from when you last saw him in Norwood? You were playing scales.
I am, I know. I'm actually very impressed. Like that's seriously, mate. You've been putting in work. You've come ahead.
Well done.
Great leaps. This is exciting.
Well, all due credit to myself and the great Dizzy Raymond.
Yeah, well done. There you go.
My personal coach.
Keep practicing. You're in.
Thanks, James.
That's great.
I love you. You know that.
Thanks for that.
You're great, James. Thank you. We can't wait to see you here. Saturday, the 12th of November, the 90th year of the National Pharmacies Christmas Pageant. If you would like to play with James on the float or you know someone that does, get on to christmaspageant.com.au. Entries close Sunday, the 31st of July. Download the music. Send in the video. James, 14 and above, James, so kids and grandkids can audition as well. And then let's hope you have an incredible 90-person brass band.
Thanks very much, mate.
All the best. The great James Morrison. There you go.
I'm a chance.
You're a chance.
Surely I'm one of the best 90 trumpet players in this state.
Would have thought so. He was clearly...
I'm trialling out for that.
Yeah, clearly.
Do you need me to play you to the break?
Play me to the break. Beautiful. Hey? And that's what it's all about. That is the spirit of Christmas right there.
He wasn't that glowing.
He's not. You've got a couple more weeks.
His exact words were this. I hung on every word. I love James Morrison. He's my mentor. That's a standard.
That's a standard.
Not a good standard, a great standard to put. That's a standard.
Do you know what I like the idea of?
Well, good on you, Jimmy.
Imagine people driving into Adelaide for the very first time. What's FIVEAA doing? And hearing that. Very quickly, sports show. David Noble's gone. So that will be on after, straighten up, that will be on after 4 o'clock. David Noble's out.
Sorry. North Clip, David Noble. No real surprise. No. Lost the last 14 in a row, won 5 nearly in 2 years. So it opens the door. Clarkson, $1.05 favourite. Simpson, $2.10 second favourite. Both played at North.
Yes.
My money's on Ross Lyon. Don't ask me why.
Ross
I
the
just
boss.
feel he's a perfect fit for them. Speak to North great Corey McKernan about that. The great man Kevin Sheedy joins us, and even greater man Timmy G will see you at 4.
Rowey, thank you for that. Play us out again as you're walking out the door. Stephen Rowe. He's getting onto that website right now. ChristmasPageant.com.au.
Adelaide's favourite southerner, Fitzy, joins 5AA Breakfast each Friday with his AFL footy tips. Thanks to House Inspect Australia. Trust House Inspect Australia, the most qualified team in Australia for house inspections. Search House Inspect Australia.
Got $1 a week? At The Advertiser, we're for giving you great value. Get digital access to our news, including sports and entertainment, for just $1 a week for the first 12 weeks. Min cost $4. Conditions apply. Search The Advertiser offer today.
Rollerco would never boast about how good they are at fixing sliding doors and windows, so I'll do it for them. For nearly 40 years, Rollerco have been making and fixing all sorts of sliding doors and windows. They seriously know everything. And if by chance they don't have the parts you need, they'll do their best to find a solution. Plus, if you order online and use the code 5AA, you'll get 10% off. rollerco.com.au. I'll get you rolling.
Hi, I'm Victoria from The Family Cook. I'm passionate about cooking wholesome, fresh and delicious meals. We're the only meal delivery service based in South Australia using hand-selected premium ingredients such as free-range chicken, grass-fed beef, Australian fish and locally sourced vegetables and herbs. Our customers love it and I can guarantee you'll love it too. And we're proudly an NDIS provider. Jump on board thefamilycook.com.au.
Hi, Shayna Blaze here. As a designer, I know how tricky it can be to design the perfect bathroom. So I teamed up with Beaumont Tiles and created complete bathroom packages. Drop into Beaumont's for complete bathroom packages designed by me.
Did you know Specsavers also cares for your hearing and offers upfront everyday low prices on hearing aids? Specsavers Audiology, proud sponsor of Healthy Living with Dr. Ross Walker. Sunday nights on 5AA and podcast at 5AA.com.au.
The fully electric Kia EV6, Wheels Car of the Year, and the Kia Sportage, Drive Car of the Year. To pick your side in this sibling rivalry, visit kia.com.au.
Kia, movement that inspires.
If you're planning an event, whether it's a small meeting with the latest in reliable technology or a large gala dinner full of glitz and glamour, you'll experience event excellence on every level at the Adelaide Convention Centre. Excellence in understanding your needs and delivering them to exacting standards is what we do. And we don't just aim for excellence, we go beyond. So for your next excellent event, the team is ready and waiting at the Adelaide Convention Centre, the centre of event excellence.
I can't believe I'm saying this. Bi-urban bathrooms and kitchens may not be for everyone. Oh, look, if you're happy with a flat-pack kitchen, things not lining up and not looking like you thought it might, that's okay. And if millimetre-perfect craftsmanship and service of the highest standard is not your thing, that's okay too. But if it is, buyurban.com.au, Adelaide's home renovation experts.
Leith Forest on 1395, Adelaide's 5AA.
He's getting a bit of love on the social media, is our Stephen Rowe. Text messages coming through on the text line saying, well done, Rowey, proud of your improvement. Anita from Lockley says, I cannot wait for Rowey's Christmas CD to come out. And someone brought up a very good point. Now, Rowey, as you would have just heard and seen perhaps on the live stream, he's been practicing. So his version of Good King Wenceslas is quite good now. Someone brought up a very good point, though, in the text message that he needs to learn all of the songs, not just that one song over and over on the route. That's not going to go so well with James Morrison, but we'll see how it all plays out. So again, if you want to join in and join the great James Morrison, christmaspageant.com.au, go to the website. Who knows? You could be alongside Stephen Rowe with your instrument playing in the much-loved iconic Christmas pageant. Now, I love when we put the show together to try and cater for every market. We think, right, what would the audience like? Some people like rock and roll. We've spoken to the likes of George Thorogood and Spandau Ballet and Johnny Swan over the times. And then I think, what about those people who like more finer arts and a bit more culture? Well, very excitedly, all week, the Australian Ballet's been in town. And there's a terrific show called Counterpoint. Has 2 more shows, one tonight and one tomorrow night. I thought, how fun would it be to speak to one of these incredibly talented ballet performers? Benedict Benet is one such performer. Principal artist joins me this afternoon. Benedict, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Have
it's so
you
great to be here.
enjoyed your stay in Adelaide?
I have. I love it here. My boyfriend's actually from Adelaide, and I'm currently sitting in the Central Market eating my lunch.
I was about to say, I thought I could hear wood chopping in the background. I thought maybe you're doing adjustments to the sets there at Hermage, but enjoying the market. Hey, well, I won't keep you too long. I just wanted to say, firstly, thanks for coming to Adelaide and bringing the Australian Ballet to Adelaide. Tell us about Counterpoint, because it's been described as the extremes of ballet colliding.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a triple bill, so that means there's 3 separate pieces in the program, 2 of which are like very classical work. So, you know, you're kind of looking at the real purist aesthetic of ballet and kind of like the origins of ballet and where it's come from. And then the third piece is Artifact, which is a more modern take on classical ballet, and it's about pushing our bodies to the limit, really testing ourselves physically, and I think it's beautiful because you really sort of get to see the dance's physicality and sort of understand how much we push our bodies. I think a lot of the time in pure classical ballet, it's often meant to look really effortless and really easy, which is great, but it's also really cool to see us really like pushing our limits, and it's kind of, you get a bit of a shock. You're like, oh wow, this is really hard. So there's kind of like got that beautiful dynamic of both sides.
So it's 19th century ballet to today. I was reading about Counterpoint, Benedict, and it was described as range, stamina, technical skill, powerfully energetic. It sounds exhausting. It sounds taxing. Is it hard on the body? As graceful as you are, is it hard on the body?
It is. It's really challenging, but it's also why I love it. I love a good like physical stamina challenge. But yeah, we're definitely pulling our bodies in all different directions, and yeah, you're pretty spent by the end of the night.
Yours is the classic sort of, I guess, Hollywood ballet story. You started at 3, you're on the Gold Coast, you moved to Hong Kong, you're at the Australian Ballet School at 14, you do exchanges through New York and through Canada. You're just living your dream. Have you just always loved it from the age of 3 onwards?
I really have. Yeah, I've always loved it. And I still do, which is, I'm so grateful to have this passion as my job. But it really is a dream come true.
Is there a hierarchy? You're the principal artist now. Is that the top you can go in Australian ballet?
Yeah, yep. So we have about 5 ranks in our company, and principal is the top. Yeah.
Wow. So where do you go from here? You've achieved it all. You're so young.
Yeah. Oh no, there's still so much to learn. I guess that's the thing. It's like we're always striving. Because it's art, it's subjective, it's never perfect, you know. So that's the beauty of it. I think that's why I've been able to do it and love it for so long, because I sort of love that challenge and that growth.
I guess the beauty too for ballet performers like those on the stage is there's always great productions that come around. So the chance to be in something like Counterpoint, you jump at.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely.
Before I let you go, I'm also told, a little whisper, you love baking, you love cooking, you love chocolate. You're in the home for all of those. Have you just been gorging on fruit rocks and Haigs and just filling up at the Central Market?
Oh my God, honestly, it's so good. I'm currently sitting at the Let Them Eat stall, which does all these beautiful like salads and like fritters and things. And then you've got like the Smelly Cheese shop and like Charlesworth Nuts that does my favourite like chocolate licorice log thing.
Oh yeah.
And like little luchas down the road. Like it's just... We're all in heaven. Like, honestly, the company is so happy to be, like, next to the market. It's just, it's beautiful.
You are a local. If you go into Lucia's and say hi to Maria, you are an absolute local, Benedict, so do that. And I guess, too, you work it off because you're so, as we said, it's so taxing the ballet. You can probably, splurge a little bit and enjoy yourself.
Fueling our bodies is so important. And we really take good care of ourselves.
Well, it's great to have you here. I know you're performing tonight, so thank you for squeezing us into your schedule. Have a great show tonight and 2 more nights for the Australian Ballet Company. So we hope you've had a nice stay here in Adelaide.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, it's been wonderful.
Enjoy the market. Benedict Benet is the principal artist for the Australian Ballet Company. The show is called Counterpoint. It's been running for a week or so. 2 last shows. As I said, the extremes of ballet colliding. Think of it as a timeline of ballet from 19th century to today, where classical meets contemporary. And again, what this show and what this station is all about, little bit of culture. If you would like to go, we have kind of like the last tickets for tomorrow night's show. So it gives you a little bit of time to organise yourself. It is at Her Majesty's Theatre tomorrow night. First caller through, 8223 0055. I'd be impressed too if it's someone that's never been to the ballet before. I go with my daughter who loves it. If you've never been, it's a real experience and you'll enjoy the gracefulness of it. You'll enjoy the athleticism of it. It's a wonderful night out at the Australian Ballet. So first caller through, 8223 0055. Go to Counterpoint. My guest, Benedict Benet.
Early evenings with John Blake.
Good morning, Premier. Tom Goodson-Toners is here to see you.
Hello, Premier Peter. So did you have a good time at the Best of SA the other night?
Yeah, it's pretty good, actually. Met a lot of nice people.
So, who did you meet?
Yeah, I met John Blake. Settle down.
He makes fun of the way I speak, and that's unkind. He doesn't do it to you, Premier Peter.
Yeah, I know, but I haven't got a weird comical cartoon-sounding voice.
Early evenings with Blakey on 5AA.
G'day, Tom Wren here. Greyhounds love to run, and Greyhound fans love Thursday nights at Angle Park. For top greyhound racing, a great family atmosphere and the amazing food, Chase's Restaurant is offering a full a la carte menu to ensure you have a fantastic night out. Chips, wedges, through to classics like burgers, fish and chips, schnitties and steaks. Yum! Grab the whole family and get to the park to watch those dogs go. Every Thursday night at Angle Park Greyhounds.
Do you lie awake at night worrying? Do you wish you could calm your anxious thoughts and drift away into blissful sleep? Caruso's Mind Ease to the rescue. Caruso's Mind Ease is a one-a-day capsule containing lavender oil that relieves symptoms of mild anxiety, reduces restlessness and excess nervous energy, and supports deep, refreshing sleep in adults. So if you'd like to worry less and sleep more, try Caruso's Mind Ease today. Available from leading pharmacies and health stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
Stage 3 of Avista Glenelg is now selling. I've been discussing this all week. A modern lifestyle community for the over 55s right in the heart of Adelaide's premier beachside suburb. Where? Glenelg, of course. 14 brand new modern apartments. They're available in the final stage of Avista Glenelg. All these apartments, generous private balconies. Imagine that. Beautiful night, just enjoying the outstanding views of the Adelaide Hills or Glenelg. You can enjoy the first-class inclusive community centre too. That's located there on the 6th floor. There's premium amenities, effortless living in a lively and a connected community. And the best thing about being in the Bay, you are close to boutique retail shopping, transport, convenient everyday amenities and the premium dining and the entertainment venue. So much going on. The newest offering from Caritas Retirement Villages won't last long though. So with these limited apartments on offer, now's the time to downsize into the premier retirement village. avistaglenelg.com.au. Book yourself a tour or just call the Caritas Retirement Team 1300 796 311.
Are you warm enough this winter? Getting the best out of your gas heater? Give Ken a call. It's recommended your gas heater is serviced every year. It's part of running a safe and warm home. Give Ken a call. Ken Hall Plumbers, 8364 5855.
Hi, Susanna Toop here from Toop and Toop. 21. That's the number of pieces of legislation your property manager must know to effectively manage your home. And non-compliance can impact on your insurance. Who are you trusting to look after your biggest investment? Toop.com.au.
Hello, geeks to you.
Yes, hello.
My printer has turned into a shredder.
Okay, let's fix it.
Oh, thanks.
Tech problems? For remote or on-site help, go to geeks2u.com.au or 1300 geeks to you.
Hey, it's Jodie Oddie. Join me on July 23rd for Samri's Bright Walk, a powerful one-night challenge raising $500,000 for life-saving research. Bright Walk will last a few long hours, but its impact will last generations. In the wintry night, Bright Walk will test your grit, but you'll be inspired by bright lights along the secret path to the Cheese Grater building. Dare yourself to help Samri reach health breakthroughs. It's not too late to join me and register or donate today at samribright.org.au.
Leith Forest on 1395. Adelaide's 5AA.
5 minutes to 4. Trumper playing Stephen Rowe coming up in the return. 5AA Sport Show after 4 o'clock. Let's finish. And we've had a bit of fun on the show today. Lots of giveaways, which hopefully you'll enjoy, and let us know if you do go to these events just exactly how great they are. But we also on this station and on the show like to put a call out to help those in need, and there is an urgent call for donors as floods and sickness have hit supplies of the much-loved Australian Red Cross. So the lifeblood desperately needs our help. Let's speak to the Executive Director, Kath Stone. Kath, thanks for your time this afternoon.
For having us.
How bad is it for you right now?
Oh, we're back into that. It's been this ongoing cycle of we get a good amount of donors and then it gets used up and we're back to critical levels again since we were, not so long ago. So this high number of sickness and flooding up in New South Wales is putting pressure on the system, as we can see everywhere, I think.
So it's a perfect storm for you, no pun intended, but you got the floods, roads are closed, people are getting colds and flus through winter, COVID's still hanging around, so many donors are staying at home. I guess you're putting out the message for them because you need your reserves of platelets to stock those hospitals.
We certainly need those reserves of platelets, particularly at the moment. We're shipping a lot up to New South Wales. New South Wales normally contributes about a third of the nation's blood supply. And with this constant rain and flooding, they're hurting. We're looking to support them. We're moving platelets up. Platelets only last 7 days, and they are needed in so many parts of treatment, including those with cancer having chemotherapy. So that's the call out that we're making today, to come in and help if you are eligible.
How many donations would you need at the Red Cross a week?
So we need an incredible 33,000 donations a week to meet the needs of 2 million patients in Australia every year. In South Australia alone this week, we need 400 donors to fill a gap that we do have.
That's amazing, isn't it? And the number's obviously not near that right now. It's relatively easy and simple for people to do, isn't it? So there's no real excuse, and luckily for us, and I feel for the eastern suburb, the eastern states, we don't have those problems like floods and road closures, so there's no excuse for us not to get in and donate.
No, there's certainly not. Well, look, we do understand that that COVID variant is sweeping the country again. There's certainly flu, so we're asking that you do check that you're feeling healthy and well yourself before you come in. Otherwise, 13 14 95 is the number, and we'd love to have a chat about booking your appointment.
Particular blood that you need, or are you just asking for all blood?
We're definitely, look, we do need an additional 700 O-negative donors this week across the country. So if you are an O-negative donor and you haven't been in, we'd love to see you. If you don't know your blood type, now's a great time to find out. You might be one of O-negative, but we do need all blood types to fill that platelet gap as well.
And you could do it as a group, couldn't you, I guess, as a family, as a husband and wife, or, as a family, you could go in, maybe even do it as a work thing and say, hey, guys, let's take the morning off, let's go out for an hour, go to the Red Cross and donate some blood.
Yeah, we certainly see, look, there's a few date nights around the country. We see that. We've got a lovely young dad of 2 that's getting treatment for acute myeloid leukemia at the moment, and all his friends and family have rallied around him and are going in to donate for his birthday this week. So lots of reasons to go in as a group, and we can make room for you in our centres in Adelaide. And
guilty of this, Kath, there are people who have never donated, or some people looking around this room who have donated once and haven't for a long time, and think, why are we not doing this? We need to do this. You're calling for our help.
Yeah, please come back. And if you're scared of needles, because we know a lot of people are, right? You think, the team are great, and they'll walk you through it. They'll give you that big sunny smile that they have, and they'll give you some great treats there to get you through that experience. So please come back. We'd love to see you.
Still got biscuits?
We still have biscuits. Yes. We've got special meat pies now in Adelaide as well.
What?
I think you get a milkshake.
Oh, my Lord.
A whole range of choice.
Kath,
you haven't been in.
I'm booking date night. The lovely Jessica and I, 25 years. I might do it, and let's go and donate some blood. Hey, Kath, we will help you out. So here's what people need to know. 13 14 95 is the phone number. Lifeblood.com.au. Everyone, if you're not with COVID, if you're not sick with the flu, go and donate blood and help out the Red Cross, because you do amazing work. Thanks, Kath. All the very best.
Thanks so much. See you soon. Bye.
Executive Director of Red Cross and Lifeblood. If you can help out, please do so. Donate blood now. 13 14 95, lifeblood.com.au. Rowey's next. See you tomorrow.
online, on DAB digital radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This